Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Okay, so could be a water sign. Okay, you could be a water sign, or these people could be a water sign. We've got house and we have theft. They are involved in robbing people's houses, okay, taking some sort of power of attorney over them and stealing houses, alright? They've been spending a lot of money meeting on up with people outside of a courtroom, okay, in order to bring about death, okay, and ending living room. Could have received a gift of a house or home. They're going to prison for this, okay? They're going to go and appear before a real judge, okay? They're going to appear before a real judge, okay? So there could have been some corruption going on at this courthouse. But because this corruption has been exposed, this court person is helping bring about justice and getting these people locked up in prison for some stolen, maybe wealth or stolen household items, or definitely got hold of a home and tried to sell a home, and they was meeting on up to discuss this with some corrupt court people, some sort of power of attorney, and tried to do an inheritance job, an insurance job. Yeah, premeditated, all premeditated, and they actually had the funeral all planned out. And with this journey, they wanted to spend all the money on drugs trafficking. Okay, they wanted to sell a house, a home. They wanted to spend all the money on drugs trafficking and do an inheritance and insurance job, but they're going to go to prison for what they've done by this court person. Okay, there was lots of meeting up. Fake apology. Don't want to hear it. They was proper getting lippy as well online. Look, they got copycat, stolen identity, could have posed to be masculine or feminine to claim rights over their work, or straight up copy and pasting, maybe identity theft in order to claim some sort of a house or home. A house or home. Insecure. They wanted to be able to make you feel insecure inside of your own home as well, because there's been lots of theft going on down, lots of meeting on up, and corrupt law officials involved in this, who was doing everything they can to stir up a lot of drama because they wanted to fulfill some sort of a fantasy. There's been a lot of backstabbing, there's been a lot of deceit, there's been a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing, deceit, betrayal within some sort of a courthouse in order to claim some sort of power of attorney, in order to claim rights and ownership of a masculine or feminine's work, copy and pasting identification. Shit's about to explode because they're going to get raided, okay? They're going to get locked up in prison, and they're going to have to be prosecuted for all the crimes they have committed, okay? They have deliberately tried to make masculine or feminine ill because of this money. Labelled them as mentally ill, okay? Premeditated their funeral, which is very concerning because this female figure, okay, posed to be somebody else and then was paying other people to and giving them gifts of some sort of money, some sort of like drugs, okay, to keep all of this sudden wealth. So they're going to prison, linking to family. We've got living room here, two different families could be involved. So a mother's side, father's side, okay, mother's side, father's side is both involved in this because it's a lot of money, and they wanted to sell a house or home, buy their own property, okay, get themselves on some sort of property ladder, get themselves in some sort of drugs trafficking, backstab and create a lot of lies surrounding this masculine discerning who they've done it to, and copy and paste absolutely everything, their identity, their full life, their gifts, their skills. Also trying to send someone to court or date masculine or feminine, and we've got an official person, a corrupt official, who's been orchestrating, gang stalking, and giving gifts of money or drugs out, and getting these false fake people to come on in, working behind the scenes. Oh, we're here to help you. And they're not. They're here to steal more. They're here to steal more identity. They're here to steal more work. Robbery, theft, linking to grand larceny, money laundering. They put a lot of work in behind the scenes, okay, with this despair and journey to get people to come on the hate train, gang stalking, orchestrating, not knowing that they're going to be in prison. She wanted to buy a home, look, no, that, and she's off to prison, and she's off to prison. Even neighbours are going to prison, all right, because they was false reporting. They was false reporting. They wanted to act all privileged and look down on this masculine or feminine since a child. And if false fake ass neighbours, they're involved, so they're going to have to appear before a real judge also. So there's going to be different, a lot of people appearing before the judge because of this scam, this big con, this big scheme. There's been some sort of poisoning in order to cover up this theft, and people keep going on in and stealing more for for drugs and money. So they're going up at the courthouse, look, because they was getting money and drugs to carry this on. Their lovers are involved. They wanted to have money for their own house or home, changing legal documentation, changing medical documentation, poisoning, okay, deliberately in order to get this done because they wanted to spend all this money on drug trafficking, these families. Wow, so they're going down for drug trafficking, money laundering, like this grand larceny, lying on earth, corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys, doctors, nurses. This masculine here, who already had enough money in his bank with his law firm, okay, with this despair look, yeah, losing his full law firm. Yeah, he's going to get pushed back into poverty. He's got to pay compensation, sell up, give it up, give everything back to the person who they've took from. Look, he's not going to be able to get hired again because his level of corruption, and he's going to be in poverty, locked up in prison, paying everything back because this is coming to the light. Here's the corrupt lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney. It's coming to light on how they wanted to get on the hate train with this mature man, alright, and he could have journeyed towards local town and he was chatting shit, lying on her because he just wanted to keep stealing and creating changes in this person's life through constant robbery, through constant theft, and the only work they're going to be able to do is behind prison bars in the prison in order to pay everything back on top of that, because these good court officials are going to give this gift of this sudden wealth and this great fortune back to the rightful person, and a full community of people are all going to prison, which is concerning because it's a large amount of number, and it's concerning that neighbours and their lovers, okay, their occupation, they was getting paid to watch this masculine, this feminine's house and watch it all go down by family. So even neighbours are going down. They was getting paid, okay, to stalk. So they're all going to prison for theft and joining on in poisoning, stalking, backstabbing. Wow, there's so many people going down. It's all going to explode, alright? They're getting done for being copy and pasters, trying to cause total drama, okay, bullying, They've been trying to keep a promise together, gossiping, watching shit go down, watching shit explode, when they keep coming on in and trying to rob the life out of this person. Constant robbery, and then call them a nutter. You could be an undercover investigator, one of the good law officials, and you may have 10-10, a lot of evidence on this, so you may be knowing that this masculine or feminine is going to be expecting a new beginning. I'm getting that these good law officials don't hate this masculine feminine whatsoever. They can see that this masculine or feminine is surrounded by a lot of haters, and they've got to be very cautious of these undercover police officers, because these people are going to be falling apart in the courtroom because they know they fucked up. Okay, they know they fucked up. They wanted to pay people hush money and keep it a secret, and how many people can we get to join on in? Alright, well, this lass here, she'll give you some sort of sexual favours and we'll keep it hush, or this fella here, they'll slam you, whatever, and we'll keep it hush. So even sex workers are involved in trying to destroy masculine or feminine's full life because they're jealous of this generational wealth, what they want for themselves, and they want to spend it on having sex parties, 11/11, and a lot of stuff. So they're all going down. There's a lot of people going down in prison for this heist, for this robbery, this theft, this stalking, getting neighbours to spy, deliberately making masculine feminine ill. There should have been some sort of purse, but a false fake person and their partner thought that they should take it all for themselves and do an insurance job, inheritance job, insurance job. So they're all going to prison. Cars, bikes, shopping sprees. They were so happy. Stealing mail also. Stealing identity. Okay? And they was working against, look, this masculine who wanted to orchestrate it, and this feminine who wants to make out like she's a good lady, and this other female who also wants to make out like she's great. Oh, just raking it in, hits out, insurance job, yeah, and then start crying at the funeral, like, and it's awful what's happened to them, isn't it? Cry, when they're chatting shit. So we've got this good gentleman, and a rich good gentleman, okay, and this main person was gathering evidence, alright, to bring them up at the court. Gathering all that evidence could happen around Christmas time. They've caused a lot of grief, these false fake people, watching, spying. A little child, they are like little spoiled little brats, they are mentally retarded. They're all gloomy, they're all doom and gloom, unless they're doing horrible things to other people for the love of money, what's not even theirs. Someone's about to be showered, like they're going to get all the money back, going to be showered, all this unexpected money back. All this unexpected money showered with gifts. They're going to be crying their eyeballs out, all doom and gloom inside a prison. Because this masculine, this feminine is going to be rich. So maybe be expecting a letter surrounding some sort of going to court, justice, and these people being locked up. Identity theft, the lot. Identity theft, the lot. Well, look, we've got, they've been cornered and exposed. So they've been exposed for who they actually are. Undercovers are surrounding these people and watching these backstabbers do everything they can to try and destroy this masculine, this feminine, okay? It's game over. It is game over. They're going to get destroyed in this courtroom. They've been doing sex magic. They've been getting rooms with and slamming each other, and they're going to say, I'm really sorry for being a manipulating bitch. These men as well. We just wanted to keep it a secret, and they're going to be absolutely furious, and I mean absolutely furious when they get locked up. They've caused so much anger and grief. Got caught. They've been caught. They've been caught. These narcissists, these snakes, they'll be like, no, I've lost all this money, what was not even theirs. They're going to be like, no, my money, but it's not even theirs. No, my money, and it's not even theirs. And they're going to try and run away, okay, get out of town, get out of the country, but they could be getting caught. No matter where they run, it's about to explode. There's going to be raids going down. They've been cashing checks, them and their partners, with this little love story, alright? They've been enjoying gossip. They've been spending it on sex workers, some of them, alright? Pissing it up the wall. So many things they've been doing. They're going to have to appear before a rail judge, okay? Because this group, this gang, this cult, this coven, it's falling down and it's game over. Because they've been gathering evidence on these people for a long, long time. They've been watching everything and gathering every bit of evidence and every check they've cashed to join in, every handover of drugs to join in, everything they've done. Every message, every check cashed, every bit of stolen identity, money laundering and racketeering, they're onto it. It's going to be a big takedown. It's going to be a big takedown. So whoever they've been stealing this money off, like straight up copy and pasting, trying to take power of attorney of the generational wealth, they're going to get fucked up inside of the prison. There's going to be not but 17, total drama in prison, and they're going to be like, oh, I just want to break, I don't want to be in here and all that, but they're going to be locked and trapped in prison for a fucking very, very long time. Premeditated murder and stuff like that. Yeah, darling. Yeah, long time. Shit to the crimes. So, sending peace, love and light.